Last August, the Vietnamese community in Australia Victorian chapter lobbied with other community organisations to ask the Yarra City Council to pass a motion recognising the flag of the former South Vietnam. Now, almost a year later, the same council has listened to the community's request, raising the yellow flag, also known as Cờ Vàng, above its town halls in Richmond, Fitzroy and Collingwood on Vietnamese Veterans Day, June 19. The Cờ Vàng flag is a yellow flag with 3 horizontal red stripes. To many Vietnamese people living in Australia, it remains a significant part of their identity and represents their contribution to the Australian society. The Council's decision to fly the Cờ Vàng flag follows similar gestures made by the City of Greater Dandenong and the City of Maribyrnong. On Saturday, the first major flag-raising ceremony was officially held at the Yarra Town Hall in Richmond. Among the guests invited was Federal Greens MP Adam Bandt. He thanked the Vietnamese community for contributing to the nation's diversity.
Well, and you probably all know this, but I've noticed that you're very, very lucky to have such strong leadership in the community. And I think you're an inspiration, not only to all of us, but to all of the other communities that call Richmond and Melbourne home. Thank you for making this such a good place to live. We feel very, very proud to be living alongside you as neighbours, and congratulations again on this success, and thank you for allowing me to help you enjoy this day.
Reverend Hoàng Kim Huy, parish priest of St John the Baptist Church in Clifton Hill, spoke about the meaning behind the Cờ Vàng flag.
This very current yellow flag has been an officially recognised flag since 1890. Under the reign of Emperor Thanh Thái, and believed to be even dated back to the year 40 AD, when the Trung sisters rose up against the aggressive invasion of the North. They fought to keep and reclaim 65 citadels and began the process of nation building and protection. So the colour yellow is deeply and significantly connected to the heart and soul of the Vietnamese people and culture since time immemorial. So much so that many emperors, one after another, from one generation to the next, have maintained this yellow color as the background for the flag through many centuries. For yellow symbolizes many things. Yellow is the color of the soil of the earth. As in Australia, golden soil for toil. Also the color of the skin of the Asian people in general, and certainly the Vietnamese one as well. Also the color of the royalty.
Councillor Daniel Nguyen is a second-generation Vietnamese living in Australia.
I'm proud to be able to stand in front of an audience today and have Yarra Council acknowledge my cultural heritage and identity in the flying of the Cờ Vàng. Like many from the Vietnamese community, my family, including my parents, all of my uncles and aunties from my mother's side who are all present with us today, called Richmond their home upon arriving in Victoria. And because of that, it will always hold a special place in our heart. The Cờ Vàng represents a sense of belonging, rooted in our community's shared stories, and the flying of this flag allows us to express our culture to the wider community. In Richmond, we have the amazing Victoria Street Precinct and the annual Lunar Festival, both magnificent examples of how we are able to share our culture.
Steve Lowe from the Vietnam Veterans Association said the ceremony marked a new milestone for the Vietnamese community in Victoria.
Today marks yet another special chapter in the lives of the Vietnamese Australian community, especially here in Victoria, or especially here in Yarra. The recognition of Cờ Vàng. I have been fortunate to have been involved in the Vietnamese Australian community for over 40 years. And during that time, I have witnessed many of their significant achievements and contributions both in Victoria and around Australia. They are too numerous to mention, but have impacted in some way on all Victorians.
The Vietnam War was the longest conflict in which Australians were involved in. More than 520 Australian troops were killed in the war and over 3,000 left wounded. The war was against communist forces led by the former North Vietnam. It ended in 1975 with the defeat of South Vietnam and resulted in a massive refugee crisis, with Vietnamese families fleeing to other countries such as the United States, France and Australia. Van Nguyen, TiVi Tuần-san.